Hello again, YouTube. Today's Monday. I think it's the 14th. Not sure. Don't really care. So I just made a post on the Facebook page for the channel that I was going to be making a vlog. No one's probably seen it because no one really follows the Facebook page as much. I think it's only got like 16 likes. I'm actually getting a couple new subscribers on YouTube somehow. I don't know. I never advertise. So unless one of them, my crazy ass subscribers is like, hey, go watch this guy. He's dumb. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm popping my feet if you can hear any of that. But, oh my God. Anyway, so the past couple days, it's Monday, so yeah. I'm off tonight. I was off last night. Tuesday, I'm closing at Regal. And then Wednesday, I'm off. And then Thursday, Star Wars comes out. And all hell breaks loose. So yeah, which I want to see it as soon as I possibly fucking can. Anyway, so basically the past couple of days I've been job hunting in between, like since like last Friday, I've been in between job hunting, going to my job, and yeah, and not doing anything. Combination of all those things. So Bass Pro Shop, I think I remember I talked about in the last video that I had gone up there, talked to the guy, and he said come back next week. I'm still going to go up there Wednesday. But in my job hunting, I put in at some places online. There's one that's very promising, and I'm pretty much hired already. But before I get to that one, we'll put into perspective what's going to happen before that. I applied at Costco, which is basically like a Sam's Club type place if you don't know what Costco is. Except it's not owned by Walmart. I put in at Bass Pro Shop, still again. I put in at, I think I tried to put in at Walmart and they didn't have any positions. I tried to put it in somewhere else. And then I searched on Craigslist because I was like, I'm fucking around one night and I'm like, you know what? They have, and I never did this when Amazon, but when I looked for a job for Amazon, I probably should have done this from the get-go. But, because I'm a fucking dumbass and I don't think sometimes, but they have job postings on Craigslist. And most of them are not bullshit. They are, like, straight up, like, they're more responsive on, like, actually getting back to you and letting you know stuff than actual corporations are. And some of them, you have vendors. Like, okay, so I went through this vendor called Apex, and they're a vendor for Dell. The people that make computers, yeah, that company, they're kind of big. Anyway, so I put in for one or two places on Craigslist, and not even 24 hours later, I get an email from Apex, and they're like, "Hey, this is Allie from Apex Industries or something like that." They're like, "Want to know if you're still interested in getting hired?" And I didn't answer the phone, but she left me a voicemail, and then she also sent me a she sent me a voicemail. She also sent me an email, and so I read the email, listened to the voicemail, called her back. She's like, "Okay, well, are you still interested in getting hired?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine. When can I start?" And she's like, "Well, I see that you want to go immediately, but we're not going to be able to do immediately. We have to wait until January or February." I'm like, "Okay." Yeah. Which is why I'm still hoping for Bass Pro Shop right now. But she's like, "Okay, it's $13 an hour," which I'm like, "Okay." And it's, what it is that I would be working as a help desk technician. So basically, all I have to do is sit at a desk all day and answer a phone, and I walk a customer through basically what's wrong with their computer. Their training, I think, is like they originally said 4 to 7 weeks, but now on my papers they're saying 3 weeks. I don't know. But it's $13 an hour. It is part-time, which right now is good because, Star Wars. I promised them I wasn't going to leave them until Star Wars was somewhat taken care of. So, um, basically, we were talking back and forth, and she said, "Okay, well, Monday, is it okay if we have a FaceTime chat and I ask you questions, a questionnaire, an exam, and stuff?" I'm like, "Okay." So today, Monday, so like we had the FaceTime um, meeting at 10 a.m. It went pretty good. Basically, she asked me troubleshooting questions like, what would I do in the situation if the monitor was blacked out and it would not come on, but the computer was on? What would be your first steps? Shit like that. So, um, I uh, there's a notification that just came up distracting me. Um, Answer all the questions. She said I passed enough. I think I've missed like one or two questions. I had like 15, and she said I had enough to pass the test, and that she was going to send me an email, basically with paperwork saying that I consent to a background check and a drug screening and yeah, all that jazz. And so basically, I'm kind of hired. I'm not 100% there yet. They sent me a 14-page document, and basically it was I had to print it out, fill it out, scan it back into my computer one by one, and then send my resume along with it, email it to her. And then there was that. So I did that a couple minutes ago. And then now I'm just waiting on a drug screening date and a hire date. When I got off the FaceTime today with her today, she said that I was definitely going to be getting hired in January. Um, so mid-January maybe. But so basically what she told me was that I start at $13 an hour. It's part-time, and but the training is full-time for the three to whatever how many weeks. So I have to be 9 to 5 every day, which I can do for the most part in January because that's after Star Wars. It's going to be okay. Um, the problem for me right now is the time in between right now and then, because in the middle of all this we've still got Christmas and regular bills and shit. So that's my problem. So that's why I'm still hoping for Bass Pro Shop to come along somewhere in there. The only problem with Bass Pro Shop is today is the 14th. So by the time I get my first paycheck from there, it'd be Christmas. So yeah. And then if I just get there, turn around and fucking leave, I'd just be an asshole. So yeah. Basically, yeah, there's that. So I'm waiting on a start date and start date and a drug screening date. Should be starting in January. I need to check my email after I get off the video with this shit. And yeah. Okay, so I didn't get finished explaining what happens. So part-time is $13 an hour. I don't really have an option. The training is $13 an hour, but it's full-time, 9 to 5, like 5 days a week. And then you go into part-time, and they want you to be flexible. And then you can possibly get moved up to full-time. And I think they give you like $1 raise an hour, and then you're basically. She said that I was basically going to be 24 hours on call. I was like, oh, okay, and there's that. So yeah, this is probably going to end up being my career, hopefully. Because I tried to do this when I was like 15 or 16 and they wouldn't hire me because I wasn't 18. I tried to do it when I was 18 and they didn't have any open positions. And I did not know that you had to go through a vendor to do this shit. So whatever. But yeah, this is probably going to be it. I'm going to try my damnedest not to get fired from this one. Well, I mean, Dave & Buster's was shit. Dynamic was okay. It was just early ass mornings and Yeah. It was early ass mornings, and I wasn't getting paid for what I was wanting to do, or what they were wanting me to do. I mean, because they sent everyone else either got fired or left, and I was stuck with doing the job with one other person. So yeah, and then Amazon was seasonal part time, and it was barely worth a damn anyway. So I got this, and it's part time, and it's doing better pay wise, and it looks more promising part time wise than any of the other jobs I've had before. So even before I got hired there. So yeah, there's that. Uh, Remember, like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Like the Facebook page will be linked down below in the description. And yeah, if you want to chat today, I'm off work, so fuck it. Blow up the comment section. I don't give a fuck. Actually, I would prefer that you go on Facebook because everyone can still see it if they like the page, but it's easier to respond on Facebook. Because if you respond on YouTube, then it's like, okay, I have to go to the video, respond to it. And most of the time, I'm not even on my computer, I'm on my phone. So it's like, okay, well, Facebook's easier. But anyway, so if you want to feel free to do that today, that'd be great. Next time I see you guys, probably get either gameplay video, not Loot Crate. Even though this month, this month actually is their theme is anime and exotic or fantasy or something like that. Whatever. We'll see. If there's anything I like, then I'll get the crate, or I'll get the crate late and whatever. But see you guys next time. And I will let you guys, as soon as I find out something about my job, that the actual hire date, I will make another vlog. So, bye.